What's up, guys? So it has been a hot diggity minute since I made a video, and let me explain myself real quick. So I'm not quitting BookTube. That's not happening. Basically, I never told you guys this because I never really thought it was going to be important. I never thought it would come up, but I've had a job all through the summer, I think starting early May until about late August, and I was working from about 6 or 7 in the morning all the way to 4:30 to like 6 at night. And so by the time I got home, I was so tired that I never really read anything, and the only time that I did have to read was on the weekends, and at that point I was so tired I just crashed and I didn't read anything. So now that school has started back up, I'm starting to get some time to do that. I'm still working that job about once a week now, but I definitely have a lot more time to read. I haven't finished a book in like 2 months, so yeah, I haven't been motivated to make videos because of that reason. I've just been like, I can't make a video if I haven't been reading anything. So I'm sorry about that. Hopefully that will be out of the way and I'll be able to make more videos now and be reading more. But basically, I wanted to make a quick video about what happened to me last night. So last night, I got to go to Sarah J. Maas's event for her new book, Empire of Storms, which is the 5th book in the Throne of Glass series, and oh my gosh. So a few months ago, I saw on her Instagram her tour dates for Empire of Storms, and one of them was in my state, and I was like, after I threw up and passed out 4 times, I was like, I need to get a ticket. So I went online and I bought a ticket, and the days have just been, I've been counting them down, man, and then it came to yesterday. So I'm pretty chill up until the point where I get in the car to go. I start shaking, I get really nervous, and I'm like, I'm about to meet Sarah J. Maas. What is life? And so I get there. My parents are not coming in with me because I bought a ticket for myself, and when you buy a ticket, it came with the book and everything, so they just went and ran some errands while I was doing this event. So I walk in by myself, shaking. I have no idea what to expect. And I walk in there, there's this little table set up where I can hand them my ticket that I printed off from the computer, and they'll give me a wristband and a copy of the book. And I look through the room past the table, and I see Sarah J. Maas sitting at a table just casually signing stuff, and I was like, so I'm trying to play it cool while this very nice man is taking my ticket and putting my bracelet on and giving me instructions about what to do. By the way, this whole event is happening at an old little house, and the actual event itself is happening in the backyard. So he's like, okay, sir, you're going to walk through that room right there, and you're going to head to the backyard, and the event will start shortly. So I'm like, okay, but that's Sarah J. Maas right there. Okay, I'll just walk this way. And so I walk to the back, and this is where my biggest regret starts. So we weren't allowed to video at this place. So Sarah walks out, and I'm like, do I like try and sneak a video or what? I'm sitting on the ground in the grass, and everybody else has lawn chairs. And so I'm like, what do I do? What? And so I never got any videos or pictures throughout the entire event. So after she does about the 45-minute thing where her and the moderator are talking and the moderator's asking her questions, the moderator turns the questions over to the audience. And that Q&A only lasts for about 10 minutes, and I'm putting my hand up every time they ask a question. My question never gets picked because I was sitting on the ground, so they could not see me. So then she walks inside after talking about her book, and it was awesome. It was so much fun listening to her. She's so cool. She's so nice. And so then comes the time for the signing. So the bracelets that they've given us each have a letter on them. I think it was like A through G or something like that. And they were gonna call each group, like A group, B group, to go up and get their signing. So Sarah walks inside this house back to whatever room she was signing earlier where I saw her, and they call up A group, and A group walks in the house, and so I'm like, alright, I'm gonna wait about 20 minutes because I am F group, and then I will be able to go in and meet Sarah and get my book signed, and it's gonna be awesome. 30 minutes later, they call on B group. And I'm like, this is taking forever. About 20 minutes later, they call C group. And I'm like, it's been an hour since the event was over, and they're just now getting to C group. What is happening? So there's this other door that leads into the house, another side of the house, not where Sarah is, that has like bathrooms and stuff. So I walk in there, to go to the bathroom. I come out, and I realize that this entire house is just a bunch of rooms, and the rooms don't have doors separating them. And so you can just walk through the entire house. So I could walk out, look, and I could see Sarah. And I was like, what? I'm sitting inside enjoying the AC, and I noticed that Sarah has her copy of Throne of Glass. So if you don't know this, Sarah has a copy of Throne of Glass, the original old ugly cover of Throne of Glass, and she's taken it with her on all of her events, and she always has fans sign it. And so she told us during the Q&A, she was like, okay, I'm going to have that inside so you guys can come in and sign it for me. That was sitting on a different table, not where she was signing. And I got an idea. I was like, okay, my bracelet has a capital F on it, and the group before me has a capital E on theirs. So I almost don't want to tell you this because I kind of feel like it's stealing or cheating or whatever, but hey, they never checked our bracelets. So I walk over, and I'm like, I'm going to sign Sarah's book. This is awesome. I start signing it, and I have my wrist laid on the table. I look around, make sure no one's looking, and I make a line at the bottom of that capital F, man, and I make it a capital E. No regrets. So I'm like, just casually, man, I just won here. And I walk back outside just as they call up the E group, and I'm like, that's me. So I walk up there with the E group, I got my book, and I'm like, I'm ready to go. So I walk in, and I figure out the reason that all these lines have been taking so long is because people are actually getting like one-on-one conversations with Sarah, like after she signs the book and everything. And I'm like, that's awesome, I'm gonna get to talk to her for like 30 seconds, not just, hey, bye, thanks, see ya. And so I'm standing in line inside, and that's when I start to just shake uncontrollably. Like, my knees are wobbling, my hands are shaking, and I'm like, I'm standing in line with my copy of the book, which is gorgeous, by the way. This cover has definitely grown on me. When I first saw it, I was like, I don't really know about that, but it's grown on me. I think it might be my favorite one yet. Anyway, I'm standing in line with my book. They're like, hey, everybody, could you, like, open to the title page, and so we know where Sarah needs to sign. So this lady walks down the line of people and has sticky notes, and she's like, hey, do you want your book personalized? And it's like, okay, here you go. Puts our names on the sticky notes, slaps them in our book, so Sarah already knows our names, and we don't have to tell her and everything. It just helps everything go a lot faster. So then the girl in front of me goes, and so she's the last one until I get to Sarah. So she's going and is like, hey, here, I have this for you. Brings out this gorgeous piece of art that is clearly inspired by the series. And I was like, great, I have to go up against this. And Sarah gets up and hugs her and is like, oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. And I was like, seriously? Why couldn't have anybody else gone before me? And so then I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm about to have to walk up there and talk to her. And so that girl leaves, and I walk up, and I'm like, hey. She's like, hi, how are you? I was like, hey, thank you so much for coming. My voice is like catching in my throat. My voice sounds so weird. I'm sure I was shaking, and I was like, hey. If you guys don't know, she has a wrist injury, so she was only able to sign one book, and so I asked her about her wrist injury, and I was like, is it actually a wrist? She was like, no, it's a ligament in between my finger and my thumb, and I was like, oh, okay. Like, shaking. And she signed my book. Let me show you guys. She signed it. She signed it right there. Hashtag win. She asked me. Anyway, so here comes my biggest regret of the night. After she signs it, I talk to her for a little bit more. She's like, hey, where do you go to school? Tell her where I go to school. And then I never get a picture with her. I don't even get a picture of her. And here's the reason why. A, I'm extremely nervous. I'm nervous out of my mind. The only thing I'm concentrating on is I'm about to have to talk to her, and I'm probably going to just throw up or something. Second reason. Well, on the website, they say Sarah cannot pose for photos because, you know, she's so busy signing whatever. And so I was like, what do I do? But the girl who went before me handed this lady her phone, and the lady was going around taking pictures, and then the lady handed it back to her when she left. And so I was like, what do I do? And so I never gave her my phone, and I never got a picture with her, or even of her. And as I walk out, she's like, hey, thank you for coming. I'm like, thank you so much for coming. I leave, I'm walking out, and I want to smash my head into a brick wall. I'm like really, this is probably the one time in my life that I will ever meet her, and I never got a picture with her. But I did get my book signed, and I did get to meet her, and she was so nice. I hope she comes back because I would love to meet her again and actually get a picture with her. Anyways, so I just wanted to let you guys know the story because I thought it was really fun, and I will be reviewing this beautiful book. I just started it. I'm not very far in at all. I'm like the first chapter in, and it's very surprising where it's starting because after the last book I was like, where is it gonna start? So, review in progress. I know I've said that for like 4 books, and I keep putting the books down. I've picked up so many books over the last few months, it's not even funny. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will be back soon with more videos, and I will see you guys the next time that I see you. Caca!